and should be joining very soon. It says we're alive. So we will see how this goes. Jay or should be here any second. Had a very fun night. So all right. Who's watching? Who's hanging out? Who's joining? Good morning, Brian. Richard, what's up? Good morning. Dustin, good morning. Where's Jay? He's coming. They had their fun bowling night last night, so it was a little late. Myths, monsters, and mullets. Good morning. I'm glad everyone survived. Matthew, yeah, it came down. That was a lot of fun. We'll talk about it when Jay gets here. The weather was crazy. Rich, good morning, Rich. You heard of jackrabbits eating baby cows? Hey, have you ever heard of jackrabbits eating baby cows? No, Brian, I haven't. Feel like there's a joke coming. Good morning, Gary. Welcome back to flood-ridden Ohio. Uh, everybody was saying that here until when we were driving through Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky. They were much more flooded. Like there was a house going by us in Kentucky. Sup, Rich, and hello, Triple M. Good morning, Ron. Tickets for the Jamboree are selling well. If you still need to get your tickets for the Ohio Bigfoot Jamboree, get them while they're hot. Let's see what else. It's all over TikTok now. Is it a joke? Have you ever heard of jackrabbits eating baby cows? It's all over TikTok now. I don't know. If you're joking, are we still good on YouTube, guys? YouTube's been acting up to where it's kicking us off and not telling us. Riley, good morning. The girls are wrestling over something in the living room. I can just hear them squeaking. I see a little heart. Does that mean we're good? The Buffalo Trace Distillery is flooded, so make sure you stock up. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Jason. Are you surviving down there? Yes, YouTube's rolling good. Thank you, Dustin. Yeah, no, we passed several houses and stuff. I mean, we were in North Little Rock when the flood was happening, and North Little Rock was on national news for going underwater while we were there. Uh, it was crazy. I mean, there was flooded power lines, trees down everywhere. Power kept going out. We were lucky the place we did our live show still had power. Gene, good morning. No kidding. It's most likely a joke, but it's hysterical. Oh, I'll check it out then. Yeah, it's a little glitchy, but it could be on my end. Okay, said Richard. You are good here in Salina, Ohio. Myths, monsters, and mullets. Are you in Ohio or are you in Indiana? I thought you were in Indiana. If you're only in Salina, you should come hang out more. Let's see what else. Yeah, it was a really good weekend though. Hmm. Portland, Indiana, but I work in Salina. Okay. Yeah, you're just across the border. That's right. By like you by Fort Wayne, something like that. Portland, Oregon. I don't know exactly where that is. Yeah, that's not too far. I mean, we're only just a little bit more past Salina. YouTube is buffering, so I came over here. Okay, John. Yeah, YouTube's acting like it's doing the thing again already. Okay, it says we're live again on YouTube. Hopefully we are. Jay, hurry up. He was sitting there and play with the kids the whole time. We got a lot of talk about, and we can't even handle the wolves we have now. They're not dire wolves. Several news things have happened.
Red.
Ooh. Thank you.
Several news things.
Yeah. Sweet Caroline in the house.
Good morning, Sweet Caroline.
Dustin, any thoughts on the dire wolf clones? Yeah, we're going to talk about it right now.
Good seeing you this weekend.
Good morning, Paul. Oh, yeah. We had so much fun with Caroline and Joe, but Caroline's the one in here right now.
Right, exactly. Of course. Always Joe.
Joe Van Gogh.
Yeah, we got to see Joe Van Gogh this weekend, everybody.
So did you see the thing about the dire wolves?
No.
Colossus just announced that they had successfully cloned. They have 3 dire wolves. Okay. And they put this out there because they just went on Joe Rogan. I was talking to Andy Arugula about it. You have to listen to Joe Rogan because the founder was on Joe Rogan for 2 hours. So I'm like 30 minutes in. They're not dire wolves, everybody.
What are they?
Okay.
Are we doing this now?
Yeah, we can. They're not dire wolves. So if you look up, no actual dire wolf DNA was used.
Okay.
They were gray wolves.
And they just like CRISPR'd them?
Kind of. So yes. But what they did is they turned on phenotypes inside the gray wolf gene to make them more like dire wolves.
So they're not dire wolves.
They're not dire wolves.
He said they're dire wolves?
Yes. Because they did the video of the little puppy howling, and they're like the first dire wolf howling 10,000 years.
So it's a lie.
Yeah.
So we were right all along.
Yes.
Colossus is a lie.
Yeah.
Or colossal.
Colossus Bioscience.
Okay. Yeah, they're a lie.
But I mean, yeah. Because of subspecies and all that stuff. Speciation is a human construct. So it's kind of, that's what I was hearing him talk about. I'm not that far into the Joe Rogan episode with him yet, but.
Was he using mealy mouth words?
Huh?
Mealy mouth words. No,
I mean, he was doing a pretty good job of explaining to laymen what they do.
Okay.
I thought he was doing, because he was a data scientist. Okay. He's a tech guy.
You're right.
And yeah, so anyways, no, so what they were doing is they just turned on certain genes inside of the gray wolf genome to make them appear more fundamentally on the outside like dire wolves. So they're bigger. They are, the 3 they have are all white. Dire wolves look like, at least in their the genome of the ones we've like wolves can have a big variety of colors.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of have that. There's the classic main color, but there's black, there's white, and there's
everything in between.
Yeah.
Gray.
So the 3 they have are all pretty much white. Dire need of recognition. Yeah. So I'm into the mammoth stuff right now. And he didn't say this, but it sounds like this is the same thing they're doing with the mammoth. They're taking Asian forest elephants and just turning on certain genes to make mammoths. Yeah, and tusk, and there are a couple other physical differences. But so we did this. We've done this already. We did this with chickens in the 90s.
Okay.
When we were first kind of working on this type of technology.
Yeah.
Like the great granddaddy of CRISPR and stuff like that, before it was anything like it is today.
Yeah.
They were experimenting with chickens and turning on certain phenotypical traits, and they got chickens to grow long, sturdy tails.
Was that Winter or Willow?
That was one of them. Long, sturdy tails and teeth, and get fingers back. They turn them into dinosaurs.
Chickens with fingers?
Yeah. Because they have those genetic markers inside their genome that are just turned off.
But just think about that chicken you trained if it had fingers, what you could train it to do.
We'd all be dead. I'm gonna be at your guys' way in a few weeks. Awesome.
Hey, do you remember maybe I'll save it for Patreon.
Richard said, "Hey Jay, finally able to make it to a live." Says Greg. Awesome and good
Able to
morning,
make it
Caroline.
to a live,
We-
which who is that?
I think
Gage? Was that
you mean the live in Arkansas. You were
Yeah,
there, or
we-
this live?
Gage? Oh, yeah, true.
We
Probably
go
this
closer.
live. Probably this live. You don't like hearing them?
It's just hard. Gage said no. This live.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you could make it here today, this morning.
Yeah.
Every morning, Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., Cryptids and Coffee. They get us to talk about, well, anything, including cryptids.
No. So
Mostly everything else, though.
because they did the woolly genes in the mice, and then, like the woolly mice
Yeah.
they did were
Mhm.
everywhere.
That just came out, like a month ago when
Yeah.
that was this.
So I'm not through the whole episode, but he keeps talking about large specimens they have I think they have mammoths. I haven't finished the Joe Rogan episode because Andy was really excited. He's like, you have to listen to it.
Mm,
But it's like 2.5 hours long. So
okay.
it
I
just
wanted to-
takes time to,
Right.
but he was kind of hinting at that they have something
Already.
big and alive.
Even though you've been saying that for,
I've said that for 3 years now.
yeah. Oh, I want to watch the Kurt Metzger one with Joe Rogan too. I think it came out last week. Yeah.
And they really immediately crapped on trilocines still being alive.
On what being alive?
Trilocines,
Oh, yeah.
like hardcore.
That it's just still alive.
No, that they're not.
Oh, that they're not alive. Of course. Duh.
Yeah, that they're
Because there goes
not.
their whole business plan.
Yeah.
Brian said mammoth burgers and real chicken fingers would be delicious with flavors of the forest, but real chicken fingers. That's funny.
Mm-hmm. What's the name?
Talina.
Selena, good morning.
Good morning, Talina. I think that's how you say it.
Me and my son love your show. He's only 6, but he loves crypto. Oh,
Oh,
thank
good.
you. Good. Good the
Well,
kids are listening.
Yes, and you're listening with them. So welcome.
Welcome. We appreciate it.
Does he have any questions? Do you have any questions?
Oh, this week's episodes are highly informative.
Okay. A lot of substance.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Good morning, David.
Oh, David, good morning.
Putting my name on the Adopt a Dire Wolf list.
Yeah. You don't want one. I have a buddy that has a wolf. Not a buddy, but when we used to breed reptiles, they always, in Ohio, you can only have 50% wolves.
Mm.
Yeah, without permits and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So I think it's 50%, maybe it's 25%, whatever it is. They still look like wolves or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a buddy in Indiana that has real wolves, and you can't leave them. You can't do anything. Like
Yeah.
you can't go on vacation anymore
Mm.
because you're a part of the pack.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
Kayla,
Good morning.
good morning.
Tell Brody we said good morning as well.
Oh, is it that Kayla?
Yeah.
I can't see the little picture. There it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good people.
Yes. Why the last name? Their last name's very unique.
Unique New York. What were we just talking about?
Chicken fingers, colossal, and woolly mammoths.
Trilocines. But yeah, so they just turned on, they sequenced in mammoth genes into those mice because they were trying to find which genes do the hair for when they start doing it with Asian forest elephants.
Mm.
And it came out the right color he was talking about. Because, they look black when they're pulling them out of like the permafrost, but
Mm.
they've also been frozen in mud water for.
Right. Yeah.
And so he was talking that they're probably more of that, like the mice, that blondie brown color,
Right. Yeah.
because they weren't camouflaging.
Mm. Right. Yeah.
I mean, you
From what?
weigh 12 tons.
Yeah.
Camouflage only gets you so far.
Right. Exactly.
When you're that big. Good morning, John. I'll let him know once he's out of his MRI. Oh, prayers. I hope everything's good.
Yeah.
He's had a rough week, but I'm sure he'd say good morning too. Well, I'm sure. Tell him we're thinking about him.
Yeah.
100% real or full blood real wolves can't bark. I believe that. Dogman is descendant of the dire wolves. What's the point in bringing back a giant wolf of the past? We've already got enough problems in our hands. Yeah. That's what a lot of people are saying that, like, for example, the UP of Michigan has wolves, and, uh, the people that live there absolutely hate them,
Mhm.
and the conservationists absolutely love them. I do not know what the right answer is. I'm generally gonna favor being on the side of more naturalized environments coming back. But it is scary, you know, wolves are pretty smart.
Good
They've
morning.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, come
Wanna
on.
talk?
Come talk. Tell them what you think. Tell them the truth.
Not the mouse.
Tell them the truth. Talk to him. Talk to him. Just reaching for things. There you go. Bigfoot. Can you say Bigfoot? Can you say Sam Squamch?
Sam Squanch or Sam Squatch?
If-
Oh, is he talking? Is Bigfoot?
yeah. Yep. Yep.
Hey, how we doing?
Yep.
I know this child has words of wisdom for us.
Yep. He does. He's telling you the truth. He's got to understand
Baby
it.
genius.
He knows things.
What were we talking about? Oh, the wolves, the actual wolves.
Yes.
In like Montana, Wyoming, Arkansas, even though they say they don't have wolves, but I've been all over the Arkansas-Oklahoma border,
Yeah.
and there are wolves. We were standing 2 miles from the border, and you could hear wolves in Oklahoma. So, so I'm assuming they are. They're in Arkansas.
Just reach it.
Dude,
Brian says, teach Atlas to howl. I think he already does.
He does. The first thing he did when I got home was, "Ow." No, it was fully a PR stunt because they're not even. They're just gray wolves. They're just gray wolves. They're Canis lupus.
The what?
Canis lupus.
They've got lupus?
Yeah. No, that's the scientific name of the gray wolf.
Oh, okay.
Wolves are critical to the environment. Yeah, but the problem is not the problem is that every environment can't sustain wolves currently.
Okay.
So, and due to man's activities in said environments, like there's no big herds of elk and bison in a lot of parts of places, or in Wyoming, there are like bison herds that live inside of cattle ranches because of fences.
Because, yeah, the ranches are huge.
Yeah. But they don't leave the ranch because they just live inside the cattle ranch
Yeah.
with the cows. They're not farming the bison. It's just the bison got stuck there.
I was going to say, that's, it's like a life hack. You don't have to hunt or, buy bison, raise them. You just build a fence around a bunch of them that are already there.
You just build a fence around a grassland.
Then they're yours.
And they're not yours.
Well, everything inside is.
When you go out to hunt,
you don't have to leave your property.
You don't have to leave your property.
Or your pasture.
All right. Why do we allow scientists to dictate what to do on planet? All just bring back giant animals back. What? Because it's fun to look
Right.
at?
Yeah. How do they get like the right to do what they're doing? Or I mean, I'm all for everybody doing whatever they want, but how comes who regulates the science?
See, and
when it comes to what we do,
they do use the Jurassic Park argument. Because it's like Richard Hammond in the book and in the movie talked about. Richard Hammond in the book and the movie talked about, if I was bringing back Californian condors,
yeah,
nobody be batting an eye.
Right, yeah.
But Californian condors are wiped out due to humans.
Right, exactly.
Like modern expansion.
Yeah.
Last 200 years.
Modern humanity.
Mammoths, I don't know how I feel about actually. Because there are, obviously the guys that are working on the project.
Yeah.
Say that it's beneficial to the environment.
Mm.
But to like Siberia, the Yukon, like to our northern environments, there is some environmental modeling that would show that they are beneficial.
It's good for them.
Good for other animals, because several other
good for
species,
the ecosystem.
Yeah, several other species went extinct with the mammoths.
Okay.
And we've talked about that before, as mammoths were ground clearers in the winter. So when they would use these giant tusks as basically snow plows.
And then make the
And
food
other
available
yeah.
for
So like even like species of grouse and stuff like that,
uh-huh.
when they went extinct, their populations not completely went away, but dramatically were reduced
Mhm.
because of that wintertime environment.
Bottle.
Time, it looked like whatever had killed them, which we talked about the younger dry ice event or massive lightning storms
That
or
could have been the cause.
at least the big nail in the coffin. And then humans may have been
Finished it.
that final push. Humans were not the sole reason mammoths went extinct when whatsoever.
But they had a big
They
part
were
of it.
probably the final nail.
What do you think? Do you think mammoths? I don't know.
Because like 4,000 years ago, some of the samples we have look like they were in a genetic bottleneck.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So cousins breeding with cousins, and
Mhm.
even siblings breeding with siblings too many times.
So basically, like,
The
you
gene
know,
pool just got shallower and shallower, and
it's
then hunting the people that were hunting them.
is that why they called them Kentucky mammoths?
Yeah, Kentucky cave mammoths.
Cave mammoths. Yeah.
Uh,
Gosh, I only say that because we're all from Kentucky here.
you
We
should
all,
let
it's
you should let Atlas do your flavors of the forest commercials, or the twins, or all three of them. Some of them have been in.
yeah.
Hi.
I think she was in one, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring back any type of animal seems like a waste of time and
Feel like-
money.
yeah.
Our
Her
money
and
specifically.
Atlas are going to be the talkers. I feel
Also,
like,
it's a moral question whether it's given the right
especially her.
to infringe on my rights. When you wild animals back in the wild, you affect other animals presently there, also humans around. By the way, speaking of extinction, what makes people think animals haven't extinct each other themselves? Wouldn't they still be considered? No, extinction's a natural part of the cycle. Robert, good morning. Dave, good morning.
Hi.
Tosh, good morning. Gigantopithecus. Oh, actually, the skull's right there.
Ooh.
Okay. Huh? Nothing like waking up at 4 inches of snow and 40-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, I got the poop beat out of me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you see that piece of wood?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was listed as a 4x8 or an 8x4.
Yeah.
How the plywood below it is 8x4.
Correct.
So do you see how much bigger it is?
Oh, okay. No, I didn't look close. Yeah.
It's 10 by 5.5.
Oh, you must have grabbed from the wrong stack.
No, it was in the damaged pile.
Yeah.
So it was on sale. But its little sale sticker said that.
Oh, okay.
So whoever put it in the sale bin did not look at it.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at it. Guys, I mean, it's not next to anything.
Right. Yeah. When I walked in, I was,
If I would have
"Whoa."
seen it next to a plywood sheet, I would have been like, no, thank you.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it was $10.
So, yeah. Why not?
And those freaking particle boards now
Yeah.
are like $25
That's ridiculous.
for scrap wood.
Right.
That they just
Exactly.
compress.
Exactly.
No, so okay. Why don't we blame bears for offing deer? Why don't we blame bear? No, bears are a big one. So in Michigan, the big thing. So the DNR versus the hunters and the people that run groups with wolves out in UP, for example. They say that the deer are being decimated, specifically the fawns, by wolves. The DNR is saying there is no evidence that it's having any significant impact on the deer population by the number of deer being harvested every year. Because there's same number still being shot, same number still being killed.
Mm-hmm.
And wolves. So coyotes aren't supposed to be in most of the environments in the North America. A lot of people don't realize that.
Coyotes aren't?
Coyotes aren't.
Are they just showing the wolf niche?
Yes.
Okay.
So they were pretty much native just to the American like Southwest and a little bit of other places. Depending on which historical biologists you talk about. They were really only native to like 5, maybe 6 states. Because wolves do not like coyotes, and coyotes do not like wolves, and wolves always win.
Makes sense.
So when we wiped out all the wolves, coyotes breed much faster, have bigger litter sizes, and can have multiple litters a year.
So they outpaced them.
They just refilled in that gap.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are a predator taking over an apex predatory niche when they're not supposed to be. Largemouth bass are another example.
The old ditch pickles.
Ditch pickles. That they are not an apex predator. They are not the top of a food chain. So when we heard all these aquatic environments and they took that rollover,
They're the coyotes.
yeah, they do not fit the apex predator role very well.
Right.
So they cause bottlenecks in size and populations. And people always ask, well, why the bluegill and bass ain't getting big? It's because the bass are eating everything,
Mhm.
and the bluegill are eating everything. There's nobody eating them. So throw like ponds. I don't know. We've talked about it a lot, but throw a couple bowfin. Like most ponds and lakes can't support muskie, and Ohio's waters are too polluted for pike anymore.
Mhm.
But pike are really good. If you want big bass, you need pike. If you want big bass, you need muskie. If you want big bass, you need bowfin.
Which makes sense. I mean, you need something to push back, or you need a reason for them to get big.
That in the food availability,
Right.
there's less competition. So the ones that survive out of that feedable stage,
Yeah.
are the ones that have availabilities to all this food. So coyotes are the same thing. Wolves are the same thing. I don't know what the right or wrong answer is. But it is what?
I think Brian's right. It does sound fishy to me.
Oh yeah. So we're going to happen when 3 come thundering in during Cryptids and Coffee. No, I'll have to get like a big padlock.
Brandon's here.
Oh, Bree! That is the noise he makes. I've heard it.
I have too.
I wonder how many elk have gotten taken out by Sasquatch. I think it's very rare. We talk about that in some of our live presentations. Predation of elk. Not so. Here's the thing: is a Bigfoot could kill an elk pretty, fairly. But an elk is 900 pounds, and if it's a male elk, has big antlers.
Mhm.
So there's high risk, high reward. An injury in nature is a death sentence to single animals, and a lifelong set of problems for group animals. So is it worth it to go and fight an elk for that meat? Or we talk about with black bears in Michigan that 80% of their the protein part of their diet is frogs. Not because they can't hunt deer, because the frog don't fight back, and you spend less calories getting them.
Not nearly as much, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, the fighting back.
Yeah. By definition, these mutations aren't native wildlife, so releasing them should have same rights and protections as non-native or invasives. None.
Wait.
So
what's you referring to?
Dustin's talking about the wolves.
The dire wolves.
The dire wolves.
The dire wolves they made.
And Dustin, that's not necessarily true, even though I agree with you. Because
having the rights.
Yeah. There's a difference between non-native and invasive.
That's true.
Because if like the salmonids, rainbow trout and brown trout, most of the United States, well, all the United States, brown trout are non-native, and most of the United States, rainbow trout are non-native, or king salmon, and all these other guys that just put and take fisheries, but they have heavy regulations and heavy rights.
Okay.
So there are non-natives that do have legal rights.
Oh, okay.
And rules.
Like the Asian carp, they need protection and rights.
Yeah. That would be an invasive that doesn't have anything. So there's a difference between non-native and invasive, even though I hate them all. If they're, I love rainbow trout, brown trout, but they're not supposed to be here.
So you kill them.
I mean, we have trout species that are, that are supposed to take those roles. Put those ones there.
No.
I know.
We want the colorful ones.
Brook trout are more colorful than both of them.
Well, I don't have rainbow in the name.
Carrie travels on the road to Florida to North Carolina, listening on the right. Awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, carp.
Safe travels, both of you.
So common carp are a non-native naturalized fish. Which basically means they're a part of the environment now, good, bad, and different. Killing them does nothing. The common carp. Killing them does nothing. They are there. They will always be there. You can go through a whole area and clear them out, and next year it'll be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they've been around long enough and that's what the Asian carp will do too.
Yeah. What's in Hog Creek? What kind of carp are those?
Common.
Just common carp.
Mm-hmm.
They get big in there.
They get big everywhere.
Yeah.
because they kill everything else. They may reintroduce red wolves back. So
Nantahala?
yeah,
That's
in North Carolina.
okay.
Yes, true. Like peacock bass in Florida are non-native, and snakeheads are invasive. Yeah, because they like the peacock bass fishery, so they want to protect the peacock bass.
Okay.
They don't like the snakeheads because so they you kill as many snakeheads as you want. Red wolf. So that apparently that, for example, helping unlock some more genes because they're kind of heading towards a genetic bottleneck as a
Mm.
species because there's so many of them were killed and wiped out
Mhm.
and habitat destroyed. So there are work that they're doing with like that is good. And then like red wolves, they're doing a lot of work with red wolves. Uh, and I think some birds like condors that have had problems with genetic bottlenecking due to just absolute population destruction.
Wow.
So there are ways that they can use this technology to basically add new genotypes in to these populations to help them bounce back. What?
I gotta read Brian's comment.
Trout.
No, wait, no.
Okay.
Not like that.
Okay.
You gotta read it like this. Trout. Kill them all out.
Oh,
Native fish are the best. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on. Oh, that's it.
thank you, Nathan. Morning. Lake St. Clair has monster bass due to all the pike, muskie, and walleye. Yeah, predators in competition.
I'm trying to think of more lyrics. Sorry.
No, that was good. That would be a hit at National Fisheries. Oh yeah,
These fish.
JD knew it. Huh?
Here's more. These fish are fine. You don't have to let them all out. They're here for life. And invasive species will smother them out. I don't know.
No, so I don't know what the right and wrong answer is with this stuff. Technically, extinct species have no rights.
Hmm.
That's why it's important.
What kind of rights do maned wolves have?
A lot.
Good.
A lot.
Good. Lake St. Clair has some monster bass due to
I read
well,
that a minute ago.
okay. Where is that's up at right up above the border?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
pass it.
Yeah.
That's where the Jeep races and all that stuff are.
Well, I was just like, I know that. Oh, yeah, it's that giant freaking lake.
It's that one that connects the two Great Lakes.
right in between
But
them.
it's not a Great Lake. People that live there always want it to be classified as a Great Lake. But when you zoom out and
Yeah, it's not.
It is a massive lake.
Yep.
But when you see it sitting between two Great Lakes, you're like, oh, right. Well, come on.
That's a great lake.
Let's calm down there.
Right. Yeah. Come on, we should. It could be considered a good lake. We'll call it a good lake, but it's not great lake.
It's a great in quotation marks lake.
Yeah, it's a great good lake.
It's a great lake.
I think for size though, for great lake, you have to be so big. So the next size down, they fall in the good lake, size category.
You tried your best lake.
And now that's small. That's the next one.
That's like Indian.
Yeah.
And then Tosh wanted me to talk about that they're stocking Sawguy into Lake St. Mary's now.
Why?
I don't care. Like I don't think we should be making Sawguy.
No.
But they just got rid of the size limit on them.
Yeah, so you can fish whatever you want.
Yeah.
But like,
which is how it should be for a put and take fishery.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense, does it?
In St. Mary's?
Or no.
So here's the thing: is
having
that
a size
the hatchery,
limit.
one of the hatcheries that raised the Sawguy, is at St. Mary's.
So what? They just release them there so they can justify their job, like still making these fish.
I don't know what their reasoning is. I mean, I think it's trying to save St. Mary's because it's never really bounced back since the algae bloom killed all the animals, and then
so let's put a fish that doesn't exist in there to save it.
Yeah, I hate when bass fishermen kill pike, muskie, and bowfin. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
it happens a lot.
All three are amazing fish.
In Michigan, they'll hit them with baseball bats, muskie and bowfin and
Must-
pike. We almost got in a fist fight on our lake a couple years back with a guy killing pike and throwing him back. Like he was cutting their gills and throwing them back.
So apparently size matters. I mean, regarding lakes, of course.
Yes.
It's adequate lake. There
It's
we go.
adequate lake. That
That's
is
one of the
accurate.
that's on the scale too.
Adequate.
They're all units that measure. Great, good, adequate. What would be a poor lake?
I've been on plenty of poor lakes.
Yeah,
Most of them.
I guess.
Most of them are man-made. That's why Indian Lake is the actual lake is tiny. The man-made part is the big part.
We're monsters. I did see the video of the spillway though.
Yeah, flowing. It was moving.
Yeah. There wasn't much drop. It was.
Buffalo. Do you see Buffalo Trace is gone?
What's that?
The distillery, the whiskey company
Oh, okay. What do you mean gone?
from the flood.
Oh, really?
I seen a picture of just their roof was poking out.
Oh, where's Buffalo Trace?
Kentucky.
Okay. I know the name, but
People
yeah.
at home were complaining about the flooding as we were driving back,
Uh-huh.
and we were watching houses go by down in the river. And when me and you were coming back,
Yeah.
or it was almost up on the highway in spots. And I
Someone's-
mean, not like we were next to water or supposed to be next to water.
Yeah.
There was farms and houses underwater, and the water was almost up on the highway.
Yeah, it was bad.
Friend zone lake. I only whack sheephead and gobies. Well, you shouldn't whack sheephead. They're native.
The friends only. Oh, man.
Shouldn't whack sheeps. They have pharyngeal teeth and a big otolith.
An otolith?
You know what an otolith is? Do you remember?
I do. Is it the
They used to call them Lake Erie wishing stones.
is it the hard plate or the in their stomach or their
No, those are
neck in their head? Their mouth?
no, it's in their head. It's the ear bone.
Ear bone. Okay.
They just have a really big one.
What's that hard plate on the bowfin's chest?
Oh, that's a ganoid plate.
Ganoid plate. Okay. Not an otolith. Not to be
The
confused
only
with an
fish
otolith.
left. The only fish left that has one.
Ah. I'll have to use that when I get into get that job interview.
Mm-hmm.
You guys collect any ganoid plates? Just what? Just
You just cut them off the boat.
just
What
make
do you mean?
just making conversation. I collect them.
I collect them.
Yeah.
Morning, Chris.
I also have an otolith collection. A what?
You sound like a psychopath.
Yeah, I know. They're like, I leave. Only I get the job.
No,
That would be the
mutilating corpses.
that would be the too much detail part. That would get me
What
caught.
about, your Oscar winner is full of performance today.
Oh no! I'm guessing that's Atlas.
I don't know which one she's talking about.
I think it's him.
No, because we had to kill the Asian carps when we were doing surveys. I can't tell how many people were calling us because it looks horrible. Because you're slitting their throat and throwing them back,
Yeah.
and there's hundreds of them, and you're slitting their throat and throwing them back.
Gosh.
The only reason you throw them back is so the nutrients go back into the environment.
Yeah. Oh,
And
it's winter.
see,
Ah.
no, so I don't know.
What's her Oscar performances? What'd she do? Winter.
I'm not sure which scene she's talking
Oh, okay.
about.
Just being dramatic would be my guess.
No, she'll hit the floor and pretend like she's asleep.
Really?
Yeah. I seen that this morning with her in her crib, popping over it, and she'd and hit and pretend to be asleep.
That's pretty funny. Oh, is Matthew in here? Yeah.
No, he's probably working on porta potties.
Or he's probably draining out his, I don't know, state,
Oh yeah,
his town.
I'm glad he lives on top of that hill. He literally lives on the top of that hill, and they were still flooding
Yeah. Oh yeah, his backyard was flooded.
on top of a hill.
His outside toilet was like full like
It was
flooded.
flowing back out.
Yeah.
Finished all the episodes of the podcast and on Patreon. Started in December. I look like Charlie Day in front of the string map, and I'm all out of
Tax.
tax. You know
Ain't
what he's
that
talking
true?
about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With the red
Al
string.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, we've talked about it. Remember we
Yeah.
talked about putting that
Pepe Sylvia.
like on the ceiling?
Oh, yeah. We were gonna do that.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Nathan, at the new studio, you'll have to set one up for us. Pepe
What,
Sylvia.
the string map?
And it was Frank.
Did you ever
Yes.
do the walleye, the Detroit River walleye run?
No, I won't do any more walleye runs because they're dumb and dangerous.
Dumb and dangerous.
They are. I've had my, it just, I hate walleye runs.
I think we live close enough to Lake Erie.
We don't have to.
Yeah, we don't have to do the walleye runs or nothing because we just go up to Lake Erie in the summer and
I pay if I do a professional charter, it's like $400, and we just bring 8 people, and we have enough walleye for the year.
yeah, it's so good too. But it doesn't beat the walleye up in northern Minnesota.
I will say the further north you go, generally the fish taste better,
Yes.
but they get depending on the species, they get a lot smaller.
Really?
Yeah. Well, think about your average walleye out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Think about your average walleye out of Lake Erie.
Oh, I guess that does make sense. Yeah. Once we get up there, though,
I'm not saying there isn't giants.
Right. I'm just saying the ones we get up there, though, are a lot. You're right. They're definitely a lot darker, and they're like thicker too.
Yeah. 'Cause they don't grow as much. So
right, slow growers.
They only grow at certain temperatures.
Yeah.
So the further south you go, the more options. Unless no, I'll wait.
Wait for
I'll just wait for the walleye to go back to the lake.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Katie. Good morning.
Good morning, Katie.
She gets upset to the front door, throwing herself and crying. The museum's going good. I'll show you the first piece. Okay, Dustin, Peacock Bass. Colleen, good morning.
Good morning, Colleen.
All right.
Dale. Hi, Justin J. Dale's alive.
Good. He lives right on the Ohio River.
My work, however, has been shut down due to it being right next to the Ohio River. That's great. Good morning, Katie. How have you been? What's the latest champ update? Oh,
A Gigantopithecus skull. Look, you can't even see Jay. Your head right up next to it to show him.
Oh, just put my head next.
Mm-hmm.
My head so big. I don't think I'm doing. I have a big head.
You don't have a big head.
Well, it looks as big as that thing on the camera.
All right, here you go.
Good morning, Joan.
There you go. Look at that.
There we go. You should fashion it into a winter hat. Yeah. Right. Imagine going into like,
Yes.
yeah. Excuse me.
You have to get like dragon feathers or something.
Excuse me. Do you know where the bathroom is? Wearing something ridiculous like that.
But you can only talk by like throat singing.
Yeah. Mongolian throat singing.
Good morning, Joan. Doing good. Getting ready for Loch Ness and the Moore expedition. That's awesome.
More.
More. No, it's a type of water. Type of body of water.
More?
Like Loch is?
It is?
Yes. Oh my gosh. After the expedition to Scotland, I'll be out doing champ researches as always. Awesome.
Scotland. Okay, is that where Moore is? Well, the Loch Ness is, but
Jay really is Smurf size, says Nathan.
I guess so.
Jill Holt.
Good morning, Jill. Long time no see.
What, did you just see her yesterday?
No, she's the one that came to Ohio Bigfoot Conference and to Michigan Bigfoot Conference and to what's it called? Bigfoot and Brews. She was at Bigfoot and Brews.
Oh, I gotta see a picture. The creatures seen in Loch Ness are morgue.
Oh,
Or
okay.
in Loch Moore or morgue. Morag? Morag.
Morag.
We'll have to look into that. You'll have to tell us about it when you get back.
Yeah. Or if you'd like to share your findings on a show.
We've been trying to set that up forever.
I know. It'll happen when it happens.
It'll happen when it happens. Somebody's listening in China right now.
Ooh.
Oh, I wonder if he went back. We have that guy from the States that lives in China that listens.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, Dale, he said, what do you think about the so-called genetic engineered direwolves?
We spent the first half hour of the show
talking about it. But long story short,
they're not direwolves.
They're not direwolves.
They're gray wolves.
They just turn on certain phenotypes.
Mm-hmm.
They're gray wolves.
And if you look in, there's literally a section that'll say, while no actual direwolf DNA was used in this project, because they're using what they keep calling is like synthetic biology. So, AKA make 'em ups.
They're lying, is what they're doing.
AKA make 'em ups.
Pseudobiology.
Synthetic biology. It is. I mean, they are just making creatures that kind of reminisce.
Isn't that an abomination?
Yeah, no, I think that's an act of God against God.
Right.
No, that's the short of it. It's not good.
Right. Yeah. It's not good. Oh, Dale, we literally, it was right in the beginning, like the first 10, 15 minutes. So if you want to listen to that, just watch this back when we're done. But it's there. We did. Oh, wait. So no direwolf was harmed. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so that was big old clickbait. Wait, what was?
The direwolves.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like remember we talked about the first howl in 10,000 years was their post.
Oh, yeah. No, yes. It literally was just clickbait. That's all it is. That's all a lot of stuff is anymore. It's just to get that attention right off the rip, like the headlines. I mean, that's how the news operates. Let's just make a salacious headline. And then when you get into it, literally there'll be one paragraph in the whole article, like buried 7 pages deep, that will say whatever the headline isn't actually true. But they're pretty dang close, though, is what they'll say. Have any of these scientists watched Jurassic Park? You'd think they would have.
Oh, yeah, they have. They were talking about that.
You didn't say the magic words.
See, we're not bringing back dinosaurs. We're just bringing back direwolves and giant ground sloths.
Right.
Which I would bring back giant ground sloths.
Gray wolves with extra steps.
Yes. See you, Kyle.
See you, Kyle. Yeah, it just seems like a lot of the scientists these days are doing a lot of work that has no benefit to humanity. Susie said, "Thanks for fake wolf info." You're welcome. And Chris, this will not end well. I agree. Where's the upside to this at all?
So no, the direwolf pups created by Colossus Bioscience are not made with a direwolf DNA, but rather genetically modified gray wolf DNA with traits resembling extinct direwolves, actively through editing 20 sites across 14 genes. There was no ancient DNA splicing. Gray wolves as the base with gene editing, embryo creation, and surrogate mothers. Result is the pups named Romulus, Remus, and Chelys exhibit traits that are rather similar to those of direwolves, but they are not a true representation of the extinct species.
Brian says, as the only wolf representative in the watching audience, I will express our displeasure for them claiming to be direwolves. That's pretty good.
Although this is a rather impressive technological breakthrough, most independent experts say, no, these are not actual direwolves.
Dale, I'm on the boat. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I 100% agree with that too.
But they just need to do stuff like we were talking about earlier with the endangered species. But I get it. They're doing this. Let's say the best case scenario. The nicest thing that could be happening is that they really do care about that side of the company. but nobody publicly cares about that.
Mhm.
Nobody publicly cares you're saving Sumatran rhinos or Californian condors
Mhm.
because those organizations that were doing that before them weren't getting any funding either. But nobody cares. So you make a mouse that has wool. You say you have dire wolf pups. Now everybody in the country, everybody in the world cares about what your lab is doing. Your stock market prices,
Yeah.
shoot through the
Oh,
roof.
yeah.
So that's what I could say is maybe the best case scenario of what's actually happening is that they know they're using this for publicity,
Right.
but to save the other side of the business.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Not saying what I believe is happening,
Correct.
or at least fully happening,
Yeah.
because I do think they have plenty of scientists that work there that do care, because they have some of the top fields for the respective species that they're trying to save that are endangered of going extinct. Uh, Carl E.
Cal E.
Sis is the third name.
Is the third's name.
Oh
I don't get it. What?
no, that weird spelled name I was trying to read. That's how it's pronounced.
Oh, okay. Calisis. Calisis. Okay. Paul tried. Okay. Shout. Let the wolves all out. And then Brian. No, Paul is. Who let the wolves out?
Uh,
Thoughts on CRISPR? Uh,
Good, bad,
um,
all of it.
well, right under J
J
Fox
Fox.
says CRISPR equals slippery slope. Leave CRISPR for describing potato chips.
There you go.
I'm with you on that.
I think CRISPR. So it's like any science, right?
There's potential good and bad.
Yeah, it matters. It's like a gun.
Mhm.
Guns aren't good or bad.
Mhm.
It's who's wielding them.
Right.
Bad people do bad things with guns, and good people do good things with guns.
Mhm.
And it's the same thing with CRISPR because there is a lot of
And
stuff that CRISPR can cure.
and then there's Alec Baldwin.
What do you do? Oh, I thought you were talking about CRISPR, not
I was talking about guns.
yeah. Uh, so with CRISPR, there's a lot of genetic diseases that could be 100% cured. Genetic diseases are incredibly complex and hard to deal with any kind of medicine or anything like that.
But that would be the only problem with that is it'd be beneficial to like humanity and would help people
Yeah, but here's
and
the
probably
thing.
wouldn't make much money
You
off
should
it.
even get a CRISPR machine. Like people build CRISPR machines in like their garage and stuff like that.
That doesn't seem. I don't want a garage CRISPR.
Uh,
Not on me.
There was a guy that was doing it with dogs.
Oh, jeez.
Then they got caught. Then they confiscated it.
What would they do though? Like what's?
I think he was doing it. I don't know the full story.
Yeah. Why can't?
I think he was doing it for disease research.
Yeah. So why?
I think he wanted to cure something that maybe like a family member had died of or
Oh,
something.
so that's why they shut it down.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, why can scientists do it? Scientists. Why does Dr. Fauci have the right to, strap beagles into a cage and have their heads eaten alive by flies? Why does he have the right to do that?
They're dire-ish wolves.
Our good marketing. Yeah, basically.
Crushing my dreams or our trips to Jurassic Park next year. No, it may happen. They may come to you.
Tickets to Jurassic Park.
Coming with spirits.
Hey, guys did it for Rams. Oh, the guy in the garage? He was doing it for Rams?
No, that's a different guy, but he's talking about the guy that was trying to rebreed the super ram out in like Texas or something like that.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
And he got in trouble because he was releasing them into the wild.
Yeah, that's not good.
He got in trouble because, he was doing bad things with it.
Right, yeah. Brian asked, I wonder if the new one will be crispiest. The new CRISPR.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it'll be CRISPR 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. And then it's I'm trying to think of a trilogy.
So yeah, we need to build a CRISPR in our garage. Start doing it with the quail. I want to see if we can get a quail that weighs 40 pounds.
That'd be awesome. Hey, you wolves all breaking the law. He did it for hunting on his land. Yes.
But there was no way. Now I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it's JD or we're talking to exactly. But hey, everybody check out. Chum with Spirits podcast. We'll be working with them here very soon in the near
Yes.
future.
Check them out.
They're
Give them a
great people.
follow.
They're awesome people.
Yep.
I can't remember. Basically, they could get off the property. They're Rams. They're very hard to
Contain.
very hard to
They can
contain.
climb anything.
Yeah. We just lost internet. I'm back on the cell phone. Oh gosh, and power.
Ooh, crisp rock.
Well, it's time to go anyways.
Yeah, just about.
It's time to say goodbye. We'll miss you. It's JD.
Hey, JD.
Yeah, we'll be doing work with JD.
We had fun with you this weekend.
And Larry.
And Larry. Larry. And OG. Don't forget about OG. The third member. He's the OG of the group.
Did we meet OG?
He was there. He was
Okay.
at the table. Right? Was he with your group, JD? I guess I just kind of assumed.
Yeah, he bought a t-shirt. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he is the third one. Yes.
Okay.
He's OG. I only remember that because what's the G stand for, though? It's his name. I just remember the initials.
Bye. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.
Walmart Genetic Science Kit. Only $19.99.
Chris is right. Well, you should sell plutonium, remember?
No, I don't remember that.
So there were science kits that would come with like hardcore radioactive materials.
Oh my gosh.
Plutonium and like uranium chunks.
I remember back in the day, there was like this. We had it. It was this toy. You would make like it had like these little metal molds in it. And basically you would like, I don't even know what it was. You'd mix up and inject it into these molds and it would make like these little creatures. And then you could eat them.
Oh, it was gummies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we had that.
But they were like weird.
Yeah. We had the one that you could eat. See you, Justin. I'll have to look at the email. I'll find it. See you, Richard.
See you guys.
The monkey down with monkey down with the wolves.
With the,
All right, bye, Paul. Bye, Robert. Bye, Ron.
Bye, Ron. Until next time.
Radio Shack had him.
Oof. Did they?
I don't know. All right, guys. Bye, YouTube. If I can actually hit the end button.
Goodbye, everybody.